This tutorial will show you how to back out a stock transport order that has already been delivered in SAP. The tutorial will also describe the basic requirements you need to perform this process, and the expected outcome of the process. Areas that are covered. 1. The basic stock transport order process review. 2. The steps to back out a stock transport order. 3. Opening SAP. 4. Backing out a stock transport order in SAP. When a stock transport order needs to be reversed or backed out, it is necessary to cancel all previous movements in the correct order. When this is done correctly, there is a data trail for all transactions, and stock will be placed back in the correct location. To back out an order, you will need to know a few items before you can begin. First, you must know if the outbound delivery or transfer order number that requires the reversal. Second, you will need to know where in the process the delivery is, so it can be backed out at the correct starting point. And finally, you will need to know at what point in the process does the order need to be reversed to. What needs to be corrected will help determine this point. The basic order process for a stock transport order is displayed here as a reminder of what steps must be completed in SAP to order a component from another plant. After the stock transport order is created, an outbound delivery is created so the supplying plant knows that they are supposed to pick and ship the part. The supplying plant then creates a transfer order, and prints a pick ticket from that transfer order. The part is then picked, and delivered to be packed. Once it is packed, the transfer order is confirmed, and it is set for pickup. After a carrier is determined, and the item is picked up by the carrier, the supplying plant will confirm their outbound delivery. The tutorial on how to order a service part can be viewed to better understand this type of order. When backing out an outbound delivery for a stock transport order, we will need to make sure that the quantities for the inbound delivery in the receiving plant are also adjusted, or deleted. If there is an inventory discrepancy with the inbound delivery, you will need to change the quantity of the inbound delivery to what has been verified, and contact the following personnel to correct the error. When you look at the stock transport order process, you can see with this overlay how the process to back out a stock transport order works. First, if an outbound delivery for a stock transport order has been post-goods issued, the supplying plant must inform the receiving plant that they will be backing out the outbound delivery. Now the receiving plant will need to locate the inbound delivery in SAP, and either change the quantity that needs to be corrected, or delete it. Second, the supplying plant must cancel the goods issue for the delivery note. This will return the parts from a material document in SAP to the outbound delivery. Now any shipping that was set up for the component must be cancelled if no shipment is to be made, and the parts must be unpacked if they have already been packaged. Third, the delivery must be returned to stock in SAP. When this is done, the components are taken back off the outbound delivery, and placed back into the warehouse in SAP. Fourth, the original outbound delivery must either have its quantity changed to 0 or corrected. At this point, the original stock transport order will still be open, and can be changed if needed, and reprocessed. Begin by opening SAP. To do this, you will need to find the SAP login shortcut located on your computer. When the login window appears, select the P01 server, and double-click it. This will automatically open another window where you will need to enter your SAP username and password, and then single-click on the green check mark in the top left corner of the screen. We will now review how to back out a stock transport order in SAP. This section assumes that you have already notified the receiving plant about the changes you are about to make. The receiving plant must delete the inbound delivery they have if the outbound delivery is going to be cancelled, or correct the quantity if they are adjusting for a receiving error. In order to cancel the outbound delivery, you will need to obtain the outbound delivery number from the pick ticket, located here, or the packing slip, located here. Once the SAP Session Manager screen is open, you will need to access the transaction cancel goods issue for a delivery note. This transaction will either be in the shortcut list you have on your screen, which you can double-click on, or you can manually type in the transaction code in the text box located at the top left of the screen. When you are in the transaction, you must enter the outbound delivery number in the inbound outbound delivery field and single-click the Execute button at the top left of the page. Once in the transaction, you will need to select the delivery by single-clicking on the line item. After you have selected the delivery, you can single-click on the green check mark labeled Reverse at the top left of the screen. You will receive a message asking you to confirm the reversal. Single-click on the green check mark. An error log will display any red or yellow light errors which need to be addressed, or if there are no errors, you can single-click on the green check mark again. This will reopen the delivery as you can see in the material requirements list, but will not put the parts back in the warehouse bin location, as you can see here. In order to place the parts back into the warehouse bin location, you will need to return to the main SAP session screen and go to the following transaction to return a delivery to stock. Once you are in the transaction, enter in your warehouse number, enter in the outbound delivery number, and use the radio button to select TO item view, then single-click on green Execute checkmark at the top left of the screen. Once in the transaction, select your outbound delivery by single-clicking in the open box at the left of the line item. Next, single-click on the Put Away in Background button. When the delivery has been put back in its bin position, the line will turn green. You will need to make sure at this point that you physically put away the components in the original location if the order is being cancelled. This will be located on the original pick ticket, located here, and must be done now. As you can now see, you have an open outbound delivery, and you do not have any open pick tickets for that delivery. At this point you will need to change the outbound delivery with the new quantity or information that caused you to back it out in the first place. This can be done by returning to the main SAP session screen, and entering the following transaction to change an outbound delivery. When you are in the transaction, you need to enter the outbound delivery number into the outbound delivery field and single-click the green check mark. Once inside the outbound delivery, you can adjust any information needed, such as quantity, shipping condition, or date. If you are correcting the outbound delivery to match a receiving error from the receiving plant, you can change the quantity here and save. This will allow the open quantity on a purchase order to show as a purchase order ready for delivery, and will be processed as a normal open stock transport order line item, like in the tutorial on how to create a stock transport order. To cancel the stock transport order, you must first return to the main SAP session manager, and select the following transaction to change a purchase order. If you are not on the correct purchase order, you can enter it here by single-clicking on the other purchase order icon, and entering the desired stock transport order number here. Then single-click Other Document. Once in the correct stock transport order, you need to highlight all line items, and delete them by single-clicking on the Delete button. You will get a warning message about the quantity being deleted, and will need to press Enter to clear the warnings. Now, you can save the document by single-clicking on the Save button at the top left of the screen. Remember that an outbound delivery still needs to have the goods issue posted after this activity if the outbound delivery item has changed to 0.